This one night, before I closed my eyes, a thought occurred to me. What if this was the last time I ever closed my eyes? Death. It's always there, discreetly in the background, watching, biding his time, making no sound as he awaits for his call. And just like a match set aflame, or the first flicker to a flame, we all burn out. Is the end of your timeline and the ultimate termination of life. Death isn't necessarily a bad thing. Death serves as a catalyst to being alive. The stigma of dying increases the will for living. Ironic as it may be, death actually gives life a meaning. Death serves as a constant reminder that we're walking on a tightrope with no certainty of when we will plummet down. Mark Twain once said, "The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time." Now, here's what I have to tell you. All of us who are in this room, all of who are watching this video, we all have two things in common. The first being that we're all mortals. Unless you're like Hercules and you are a half demigod and you have a whole Greek mythological background, that's a whole different story, another topic for another day. And the second being, we are all the main characters of a story, our own story. And as your body slowly begins to disintegrate and stop functioning, there is one part that chooses to, let's say, fight the norms and stay alert. Your brain. Now, imagine this. After the heart stops beating, there are 7 minutes of brain activity left. 7 minutes to watch your whole life flash before your eyes like a fast-forward movie. Or rather like a book, with every encounter you've had, every day you've lived, all registered, recorded, and preserved. When the realization of this hit me, a thought occurred to me. If it were an actual book, would I have sat down and read my way through it? Would I have reached the last chapter, or would I have just tossed it aside out of sheer boredom? I mean, if the Grim Reaper did drop by, I'd want him and me to have a good time while we enjoy our book with having a nice cup of coffee, rather than him thinking I'm a complete loser by the end of it. And then another realization hit me. Should I allow other people to map out my directions of my life? Point is, people pass life wanting to live an impact on others. But what they forget in this whole frenzy is to live for themselves. And just like two peas in a pod, there are two weapons that go hand in hand, making sure that you do not get to live your life how you want to live. Your first weapon of choice being oppressive self-doubts. Am I loved? Did I leave an impact? And the second weapon being fears that grasp at your throat. They're all staring at me. Will I ever achieve my dreams? I'm going to end up alone. Stop. Stop being your own enemy. The worst battles are always fought alone in your head. Think of life as a flight, the turbulences as the problems in your way, and the pilot as yourself. There is a reason why we are told to put on our own oxygen mask before we proceed to help others. Don't focus on other people's negative opinions. What's important to you? They don't and never will have a say in who you will become. It's you who gets to determine what will become your reality. You either roll the dice or you get played. Second, never stop dreaming, whether you're asleep or whether you're awake. Life is too unpredictable to not take risks. It's full of distortions and confusions, and your dreams should be your driving force to help you get through them. Remember, a predator does not give up until it catches its prey. Be the predator. Let your dreams be your prey. You will never be wrong for wanting to achieve something that isn't easily achievable. Master the art of forgiving yourself. Failing should only work as a motivation to work harder. Pain should only work as a reminder that there's things that are still worth cherishing and fighting for. Healing has no timeline. It's a road of smoke and mirrors, and never, I repeat, never compare your healing with others, as that may just work more as a poison than a cure. And most importantly, have some faith in yourself. Here's something that I always tell myself whenever I feel like I'm losing faith. The same fire that softens butter hardens steel. Sail your own ship. Be the lion in a silent forest, the first drop of rain in a hurricane. But most importantly, be the person your childhood self would have looked up to. So I ask you this: are you courageous enough to get back up? Are you strong enough to hit back at life? Are you confident enough to believe in yourself? Don't be afraid of your own powerlessness or your own power. You have to get through a little bit of darkness to learn to appreciate the light. Don't worry if you aren't where you thought you would be right now. Don't be scared if your nightmares came true in the past. Learn to live a little. Learn to smile a little. Jump a bit higher. Catch the next flight out. Try the new cuisine. Hustle until you reach your goal. Not for the satisfaction of others, but for your own self-satisfaction. Let the final chapter of your life be so great that if it ever were a novel, it would be a best-selling one. Open the doors. Let your dreams know it's time to come home. Feel pain, endure it. The world will constantly try to hurl you down, fight it. Just remember that though at times it may suffocate you, consume you, or push you to the depths of the abyss, always come back up for air. Appreciate the enigma that is being alive. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, and that is all. Are you living, or are you just merely existing? Are you a living corpse? If you carry dreams in your eyes, then you're living. If you carry eagerness in your heart, then you're living. Embrace every moment with open arms. See a new horizon every day with your eyes. And sometimes, just sometimes, let your heart cry. From competing in races to solving yourself through mazes, let me ask you this. When was the last time you let yourself breathe? Thank you.